there, theme music. I like that. Jim, oh yeah, Tiffany's gloving up here.
Wanted to like snap them, but they don't snap.
Wrong ones.
Yeah.
Wrong profession, sorry.
Cooking or being a doctor.
Right.
Jim Higley is an author, fatherhood advocate, and a single dad raising 3 kids. He's also a pretty good cook, actually a really good cook. He just won the Great Dad Cook-Off, a national cook-off showdown for dad bloggers. And we're going to share his award-winning recipe. But first, I have to ask, is this a dad segment or a cooking segment?
Okay, it's both. So tell you what, let's call this positive parenting and peanut butter, okay?
Because the recipe is peanut noodles and chicken skewers.
Exactly. So while I'm really excited to show you the recipe that I won in the Great Dad Cook-Off, I do want to talk a little bit about some really important dad studies that are out there. You know, dads, more than anything, value being a father above everything, work and all. The reality, though, is dads are stressed because they don't have enough time to do it. And the other interesting study that's out there is that kids who have a strong emotional connection with their dads are going to be better, well-adjusted adults. So the question is, as dads, how do we connect? What I found in my family and with a lot of friends, cooking's a great way. So I'm going to show you this recipe. That brings us to the peanut part of my presentation. We have a lot of peas here. So why don't you jump in? We're going to start with some noodles. We'll get those going. I like to use linguine. Why don't you start skewering some of our already cubed chicken onto these wooden skewers? It's a great task for kids because it develops their motor skills and it's fun. You can play math games. I'm not going to throw math out at you right now. But you could do that.
How many do you want? 3 per skewer?
We can do 4 minus 2 plus 1.
Perfect.
Okay. All right, how about that?
All right. 2 plus 1.
All right. And then while
this is good. So if we eat this dinner, we will not have daddy issues. Is that what you're telling me?
I promise, guaranteed.
I need to eat a lot.
All right, now while you focus on that, remember the math question. While you focus on that, Molly and I are going to make the world's simplest peanut sauce. We start with a cup of Peter Pan chunky peanut butter. You add about a 1/4 cup of La Choy soy sauce.
Yum.
A little bit of fresh ginger, which I'm going to use my fingers because I'm at home. I'm pretending here.
Okay.
And basically, that's all you do. Take a whisk, and you're going to just gently whisk that together. We'll actually take some water from our boiling pasta, mix that in there, and basically you mix that all up. And when you eventually get to a consistency of about like this, a nice, not soupy, but just kind of creamy, and then you can use a brush to paint them. Basically, again, I'm talking kid talk, but this is such a great thing for kids to do.
I love this.
And you can be messy, 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 messy. It doesn't matter. And you get them all over your skewer chickens. And I promise you, every kid will love to do that.
And Jim, this competition, just to mention, you had to make the recipe with just 7 ingredients.
The rules of the ReadySetEat.com Great Dad Cook-Off was 7 ingredients or less, 30 minutes or less. We had celebrity judges from the Food Network. It was really quite an event.
Yeah.
So I had never done it. Oh boy, that's me. So once you get the sauce on the skewers, you can take those and put them on a grill. Outdoor grill is obviously a lot of fun. It's easy to do in the kitchen as well. It doesn't really matter. About 7 minutes aside, total of 14 minutes. While you got that going, I'd say take your kid and say, make your lunch tomorrow with a peanut butter, Junior. All right?
Good idea.
Okay, put them to work, right?
I always say men are not multitaskers, so you just blew my theory.
I'm telling you, we can do it all. And then get some vegetables going. Again, one of the things that's great about this dish, it's an all-in-one. Pasta, protein, vegetables. Get some veggies going. I like to just use a canned stir-fried from La Choy. But heck, take your kids to the grocery store, pick out some fresh vegetables. There's over 500 vegetables in every grocery store. We only buy usually about 6 or 7 of them.
So
isn't that crazy? It doesn't matter.
If that many.
Get your vegetables going. And basically what you do, once you have your vegetables all done, just mix your vegetables in with your pasta. All right?
Easy enough.
And again, you can put as much or as little as you want. Take your leftover peanut sauce. All right.
I like that.
Yum.
Mix it all in there.
Yummy. Does that have fresh ginger in it too?
It does. It's a fresh ginger that you were just mixing there.
I love that.
So you mix it all up, as much as you want. And then when you're done, plate it. Take your finished.
Look at this right here, how this looks.
Just take your finished chicken. And there you go. It's an all-in-one dish. My daughter's a vegetarian, so she eats it without the chicken. It's terrific the second day. It's one of those really terrific, family-friendly recipes that all your kids and grown-ups will even like.
Why do you think you won that competition? Because you were up against some pretty tough competition.
Yeah. Were you throwing in these little nuggets of parenthood as you were cooking?
Yeah, right. You know what? all the guys that were in it were really pretty terrific, and truthfully, they were great recipes. This was just a really fun one. I think what was really interesting to the judges was the use of peanut butter.
Yes.
But Aaron McCargo, who's on the Food Network, was one of the judges, and what he said was, and he's a dad, and what he said was, it's a great peanut flavor. It's not too peanutty, which is the kind of sauce you often get in a restaurant. So it's a great way to push your kid's palate just a little bit. And I don't know why I won. Who knows? But it was a really fun thing. You can find that recipe at ReadySetEat.com, as well as hundreds and hundreds of other recipes, all 30 minutes or less, 7 ingredients. So that is my advice for positive parenting and positive peanut buttering for your family.
I love it.
All right.
Okay, so
And then you can have those vanilla moments around the dinner
yeah,
table.
and
Exactly.
truthfully, that's the key. Your kids don't really know it, but those are the moments. I promise you, someday your kid will look back, be you cooking in the kitchen, playing ball, reading to your kid. It doesn't really matter. Just be aware as a dad and mom to grab those simple moments.
I think it's
love
great,
that.
Jim.
Okay, you have a great website, beautiful pictures of your kids and other great shots. It's bobbleheaddad.com. You can also find out more about Jim's book there. Again, bobbleheaddad.com. And for this wonderful recipe, you can go to themorningblend.com, and we have a link to the site that
Terrific.
you mentioned.
Thank you.
So people
Oh, great.
can go right there.
Thanks, Jim.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
you, guys.
This was awesome. I
Bon
loved it.
appetit. Let's
Now we
dig
got
in.
lunch.
All right.
All right.
I like it.